Okay, guys. I said in one of my videos that I recently did, the sort of reset on this channel one. I said that the three main things I want to try doing. Well, it's technically four. Was going to be like sort of gaming, 3D modeling, uh, anime, and then like possibly live action stuff. But that's like a very depend on thing, and yeah, it's a major depend on that one. Anyway, I wanted to do like like upcoming seasonal thing for winter 2018. So yeah, bringed up my anime list. Uh, Sort of collect for the next seasonal anime to come up. It's currently on all. Kind of just set that to TV because I don't really want to have to go through movie OVAs and specials and so on. Anyway, getting back. So the first one's Overlord. It's not got much for like a bio, but the thing is, I never really watched much of the first one. I didn't get into the first one, so Overlord doesn't really apply to me that much. From what I saw, it's like someone's got into a game or something, but as like the villain of the game, I'm not too sure. But anyway, next one is like the Seven Deadly Sins, which I watched. Uh, wasn't the best. It was a case of like there's definitely like a lot better ones out there, but I watched the other ones and they were enjoyable. I wouldn't say great, but enjoyable. So I'll probably watch that one. It's also done by like A1 Pictures, which as a company they are pretty good. It's just they don't always do stuff which I'm so happy with. Like Madhouse is a good one. Bones is a good one. Shaft's a good one. Uh, Pietro isn't a good one. Currently one's managing like Black Clover, Tokyo Ghoul, and I think they also did Sword Art Online. So yeah, I don't really like them too much. Anyway, because I already planned on once again, the Seven Deadly Sins doesn't have much about it. Just like the new season two. Either way, I'm still gonna watch it. Apparently, it comes out on January 6th. Well, it has Overlord. Apparently, there's no official name time. And then, moving on, we got the Fate slash Extra last in call. I actually read a little bit of the thing this, and it kind of interests me. I actually need to add this to plan to watch. Uh, so when I first saw it, I was kind of thinking like it was going to be like it was like the transformation sort of girls into superhero thing. I can't remember what it's called. It's literally can't remember. But basically, I've read a little bit of it, and it sounds like it's going to be like the normal ones, like sort of Fate Zero, Fate Stay Night, Fate slash Apocalypse, or Apocrypha. Those are the ones I like. So from the sound of it, looks like it's going to be that one, but it's supposed to be someone who's trapped in a game and is made to go into like a war or something. So yeah, I need to plan to watch. Plan to watch when it comes out. I'm kind of the type of person that binge watches anime, where like I'll watch it in such a quick rate, and at the same time just forget about everything else around me. So I'll be like watching that for a while. Anyway, moving on. The next one is Citrus, which I was actually told about this by a friend. Sort of when going up to London. Oh no, it was London. It was Bristol maybe for a trip. Something like that. Basically, Eurogamer we're going to. Can't remember exactly where. He pointed out this. I saw the sort of part of the trailer for it, and I was like, "Oh, that looks cool." He told me the name of it. It said Citrus. So I basically searched for the first chapter of it, read the first chapter, and had middle feelings for it. Where I could see it could be good, just from like the first chapter. It had some, well, to be exact, I think I read more than just one chapter actually. I think it's between 1 and 4 or 5, maybe 5 at most. And from what I remember, Citrus was like in the middle. It was kind of one of those things where, depending on like how they do it, it could become either good or bad. Kind of like with Black Clover, with Pietro, where they're doing like less than a chapter per an episode, uh, and it's so bad. Oh, so bad. And oh god damn it, it's so bad. But anyway, Citrus, I plan to give a go at. Seven Deadly Sins, I plan to give that a go at. 2 Fate slash Extra last. Core, plan to watch. Might as well actually read the thing as well. Fashionable Yuzu imagined the first day at her school she transferred to her mum's through marriage. A bit differently, she didn't know it would be an ultra strict and conservative. Can't pronounce that word. I'm really bad at English. Girl school. So instead of sweet high school romance, she butts heads with the STEAM student council president. Mia, once again, I don't know if I pronounced that right. Who turns out to be her new stepsister. Yeah, I remember that. And then they kiss, and she has she has to learn that hate and attraction are often not that far apart. I said that I'm gonna give it a go, so I'll add that to plan to watch. But as I said, it depends how they do it. Next one is like the Dangashi Kashai 2. I actually wanted to watch the first one with this, and then I forgot about it. So I'm gonna try to watch the first one, then get to that. But I also don't fully know how that one's gonna go. At the same time, not much of a bio. Next one is like Card Capture Sakura. I didn't watch it when I was younger, mainly because of I saw it as like a girl's cartoon at the time. So me was really young, so I never really watched it. And then like now I'm hearing like lots of good things about it, but I don't want to have to go through the old stuff, like the old sort of stuff that's online to watch. In the case, I'd rather just either start from a point on it or just don't watch it at all. And currently I'm in the mindset I don't really want to watch it at all. But it does have a bit more of a bio than the rest, which is saying happy. I'm bad at reading, so I'm not sure if I'll probably read it. To generate issue or magazine revealed on December the 1st that collapsed. Sequel. Oh, it's just telling you about like what it's been announced or something. I don't know why, but they have. Move on. This one I'm definitely watching. The Disastrous Life of Seki. I can't remember this last name. But that it's really funny. Because a lot of the time it's just like jokes. And I also love like how they just have like new characters sometimes just pop out of nowhere. And I really liked what they did like with the magician, where it's kind of like, did you like my show, kid? It's like he puts the hat after like forced him to do it. And then after that, he's like, maybe if I blow his mind, he'll realise the delusion of becoming like a magician. Just like pulls a guy out of like his back. And then he ends up becoming the master for him, and then whenever they come together, he just won't stop leaving him alone. I also love where he just wants his life to just be by himself, and with like the coffee dessert thing. I also love his relationship to animals and humans. Where it's like, for example, I only see them as skeletons, and then you have like a cat get offended when he just like doesn't help. It's really good. That one that's really on the plan to watch. I think this one I put on the plan to watch was because of can't when I looked at the picture, I think it was they reminded me or something. But anyway, a 29-year-old programmer, Suchi Chirou, finds himself transported into a fantasy RPG. They seem to have a couple now, actually, being like put inside a game out of this season. Within a game, he's a 15-year-old named Satoru. At first, he thinks he's dreaming, but his experience seems very real due to a powerful ability to possess. With limited use, he ends up wiping out an army of lizard men and becomes a high-leveled adventurer. Already sounds like I should take off my plan to watch. Sato decides to hide his level and plans to live peacefully. You meet a new people, however, developments in the game story such as Return a Demon King may cause a nuisance to Sato's plan. Yeah, that just give me flashbacks or something. I don't remember what it's called, but I might take that off, but I'll give it a go either way. This one I kind of just don't like from the picture. It's because I'm not a mech person. I don't like mechs on occasion. It's normally I go towards mechs because I just see it as like a robot that's moving about, and not the time. I'd rather be like interested in the people making the mechs more than the mechs fighting. Example of that is I think it's an anime called like Magic Knights or something, where it has someone who is in like the sort of mecha school for like learning how to fight with them and defeating the monsters and becoming a soldier, but he's more interested in like designing equipment for people to make. Like, for example, he sees the ones that everyone's using and he just designs guns. Or, for example, he just, like, takes over a mech by, like, recoding it. I really like that for that one, but I'll read the story either way. The story is set in the distant future. The land is ruined and humanity establishes the mobile front city into the inside lives in also known as the birdcage. Children live there knowing nothing of the outside world or the freedom of the sky. Their lives consist of battling to carry out missions. Their enemies are mysterious grant life forms known as, there's no one going to be able to pronounce that, and the children pilot robots called Frankbox to face up against them. For the children ride in their existence, a boy named Hiro is called Code 016, and he was once known as a prodigy. However, he has fallen behind, and it's kind of doing like mixed signals of stuff for me. It reminds me a little bit of this one where the alien species made it look like, put like a chip in everyone's bodies. They made it look like that the people coming to save them are actually enemies. They'll just shoot them down and kill them. And then when the chip starts acting up, they realise that it's actually the other way around. Like the people they've been trying to protect is actually like the bad people. That also reminds me of like the Magic Night School, or is like the Wind Wizards or something like that. And that one reminds me of like the Prodigy, who basically is now hated and then is given to like the lowest class, and then he has to get them. Like, it kind of reminds me a little bit of that, basically. Mysterious girl known as 02 appears before him. Two horns grow out of her head. I kind of like that thing, just because I like to see things that aren't just basic humans. I like it when, for example, you have like a Neko that has like cat ears and a tail, for example, or you have like Holo, for example, who's literally like a fox girl. I like stuff like that. Let's see this one. So this one's done by Wit Studio, which I've never heard of. So it's Kiowa Aoigiri no Yunai. Not sure if I pronounced that correctly. Probably not. Akira Techi. I'm not going to pronounce that. Is a soft-spoken high school student who lived to be a part of the track and field club, but due to an injury, she is no longer able to run as fast as she once could. Working part-time at a family restaurant as a recourse, she finds herself in extremely English, got that, fall in love with her manager, a divorced 45-year-old man with a young son. Despite the age gap, yeah, not sure if I'd watch that, but it reminds me of not any particular anime off the top of my head. It reminds me of like what happened in episodes of 2 on certain ones. Oh wait, this one, another student I haven't heard, Shinji Animation. Says, starts, well, the name of it is Karakai Jozu no Takaji-san. Not sure, once again, if that's correct. If you blush, you lose. Living by this principle, the middle schooler gets constantly made fun of by his neighbor, Tagashi-san, with his pride shattered to pieces. He vows turn the tables and get back at her someday. And so he attempts to tease her day after day, only to find himself victim to Tagashi-san's ridicule again. Sooner than later, will he be able to make her blush for embarrassment even once in the end? That doesn't sound too interesting. It just sounds like people trying to do jokes at each other. Also, another thing I just want to bring up, if that's got mechas in, I hope it hasn't got too much 3D animation. Because normally if it's mecha, they do 3D to save a lot of money and time. Anyway, moving on. So yeah, this one probably won't be on it. Like my plan to watch, this one probably won't be. This one won't because of I saw 1 or 2 episodes of the first season. Just nope, didn't want it. Now there's a season 2. Don't really understand why. Don't really want it at all. Anyway, moving on. This one I can't read the name. Come bad. 2 has no synopsis. No synopsis yet. Then again, it hasn't got official release date. It's just somewhere in January. It's done by Kamizaki Doja. Not sure if that's correct. I can't say much for the anime because I don't know much about it, but I can say Those characters reminds me of a thing that used to be on YouTube. Well, it is on YouTube. It's like the Hell Brothers or something. It was like an animation done, or like Hell Neighbors. It was literally like an animation where it's like these characters with like really dumb voices will do something like, for example, murder someone, put them in a sandwich. Well, can't remember if that actually happened. Like I remember a scene in it where like I think it was a Christmas episode actually, where it's a case of they want to like sort of sing Merry Christmas or like sort of go to people's doors and say that. They're saying and explode the people's ears. So I guess people don't like it, and then they do like a proper song. Then has like I think it was God or Zeus or something start touching them up, and I can't remember if he died after that. But yeah, that's just the characters on that reminds me of that. But then again, the background looks like it's supposed to be something more serious, just from the picture, because you can see it looks as if they're like in the middle of like an icy, destroyed city from the look of it. So yeah, apparently it's gonna be 12 episodes. Hopefully that one's good. I'm not sure if I plan to watch that. It'd be a case if I watch the first 2 episodes, if I like it, then maybe. Alright, moving on. Beatless. So it's done by once again another company haven't heard of. Dio Media, Media, Dio Media. Yeah, that sounds right. So basically, Beatless, with the introduction of an ultra advanced AI that passes human intelligence, begins that humankind is yet to fully handmade from materials far too. So human technology beginning coming into being, Lakia and HIE equipped with a black coffin shaped device is one of these. In Boys Meet Girls fashion, 17-year-old Arakto Endo has faithfully encountered with the artificial Laka. For what purpose were these effects being created? A mind question regarding the coexistence of these effects being and humans. A 17-year-old boy makes a decision. It doesn't really tell me much, but it says it's supposed to be a romance drama, sci-fi, and action. So I'm assuming it's like he falls in love with a robot, maybe? That robot can also attack stuff, which would be the action thing, and yeah. Sci-fi is just the fact that it's a robot, and then I guess the drama could be like if the robot got damaged or killed or something. No announced amount of episodes, but it's got an announced date being the 13th of January. Yeah, there isn't really much to that one. Next one is another one I skipped from a previous season because of I think I saw the first 2 episodes, maybe 3 of this, and once again it's just a big no. I really didn't want to watch that. And moving on, this one looks kind of interesting. It's called Coco Q. I think I may have just clicked to plan to watch this because it's some mystery, psychological. Those are some of my favourite sort of things to go for. So it makes sense that being why. Because last time I sort of looked on this a while ago, and Juri lives with her neat father and brother and retired grandma, her sister, a single mother, and her young nephew. One day, her nephew and brother were kidnapped for ransom. Had only 5 minutes to meet the demands of the kidnappers. Jury who realized there is not enough time to repair the money, decides to head for their rescue by herself. With a knife in hand, when her grandfather uses a mysterious stone passed on the family to stop time. In a world where everyone and everything are during her father and grandmother run to rescue the two, but at the kidnappers' hideout, they soon realize they are not the only ones who can move around in this still world. Okay, anyway, that sounds pretty interesting to me. Next one I don't like. I hate sports anime, so that'd already be off the table. And then it's a case of like no synapse. Haven't seen the previous season. Maybe by some I don't know. Yeah, I just really hate sports anime. I'm kind of biased against them. Basilisk. Oyuka Napuichuyu. I'm not sure if I'm saying that's right. This burned by 7 Arcs Pictures. Story is set 10 years after. Oh, so it's had a previous one. I might give that a go. I'll see if I like that and then see the previous one. Like the one that's supposed to be from before. This one has no synapse. Still don't know. Name is Ito Juenchi Collection. Yeah, I don't know that one. So yeah, move on to the next one. Nana Tashiu no Bitokuyu series focused on the angelic demon from sin. Wait, is this like the one before? Wait, literally had like a bunch of like nicotines, but it just like censored it all with like a it's a pentagram just constantly spinning around. So it's focused on. Yeah, that's right. Tell me much. The release date. Comedy Bridge. Okay. And episodes. No, actually, sorry. Yeah, I think I said the name. Anyway, once again, not much of a synapse. Killing Bites by once again studio that I haven't sort of seen before. Linden Films. Okay. People have been created that are human animals hybrids. Okay, I really like that part. Like I said before, I like it when they have characters that aren't proper humans, or they're hybrids of humans, or just hybrids in general. Because I like the sort of concept of having like something that's a mixture between two species. Powerful business bet on the outcome of their duel. College student Nomoto Yux. I can't pronounce that. Casual comments ask him to drive them around to pick up girls one day, which he soon finds out means by force. The girls they kidnap is an animal human hybrid named Hitomori, who slaughters all of them except is a honey badger, which has been called the most fearless of all animals. Now, Itomi is assigned to stay with for his protection. Don't understand it. I had the idea of hybrid animals, so I'll definitely watch that. Yeah, definitely like plan to watch that one, as I just really like hybrids for animals. Okay, moving on. This one is Gakuen Babysitters. I can already tell from like the artwork, as in like the picture here, it's not gonna be much that I would like at all. Like, I'm all for having chibi characters, but normally when people have chibi characters, they don't do it properly or normally animate that great. Like, there was something somewhat recent where it was like a chibi 3D model thing, and it just wasn't good. It also had like no synapse when I tried to search up what it was. Then like, I just don't really like much stuff Chibi in. I like Chibi itself. Like, I feel like Chibi can be pretty good. I should probably read the synapse instead of just complaining. After the parents are killed in a plane crash, G and his young brother Q are taken in by the chairman, who they never met before, of an elite academy. Roshi becomes a school's daycare and new babysitter. Yeah, it's a case of don't like the sound of that one. The next one though actually kind of looks pretty good. The art style looks nice. I like the pink-haired character. I can't really see much with the other character. Well, as a character is, I should say. So the name of it is apparently Yuri. Well, you Camp? Question mark. I'm not sure if I said that correctly. Rin lies likes to go camping by herself along the lake. Takes provide a scenic view of MT Fuji. I don't know what MT stands. Oh, I guess Mount Fuji. Fuji. Yeah. I just got back. Sun came in, and they were like really loud, so I was worried about the mic. Anyway, I forgot kind of where I was, except for I know roughly what I was on. So, Yuri camp. So it's supposed to be Slut's life. Rin likes to go camping by herself along the lakes that provide a scenic view of Mount Fuji. Nadeshiko loves to take cycling trips by herself to places where she can see Mount Fuji. After they meet Rin and Natsuko. Once again, rebound names. Take camping trips, eat cups of ramen together, and enjoy the scenery. That would be probably a nice anime, as long as they don't try going too far on comedy. Yeah, I like that. Because there is sometimes where it's like shows like that where I'm kind of worried they're gonna go like come overboard with the comedy, where it's like the entire show ends up just being really bad slapstick comedy. Anyway, that was by C Station. On this one is Tojai no Miko by Studio uh, Gakumi Gayumai. Not sure. Anyway, there's an evil creature called Aratama that attacks people, and a group of Miko has been exercised. Those creatures using swords since olden times. Those who wear uniform and swords are called Tojai Wena, who are officially called Tokuyu Benchu. They're just trying to make me like screw up with English, or like just say names in general. Sayakashi Kitoyuta Ai. Special ritual. Man, I don't know that thing. That word is team in the police association. They are officially approved of wielding the swords by the government officials. Approved swords by the government officials. The government has established 5 training schools consistent of junior and senior levels for female students to attend. They spend their student life normally and use special skills with the sword when they are doing missions to protect people in the spring. These 5 schools are to take part in a competition among the girls who train for the opportunity. There is a girl who's a bit more passionate than any other girls, where with the girl with the sword aim. It doesn't sound too interesting. It just sounds like it's supposed to be a bunch of schools that basically have sword training for, I guess, some special kind of blade. Then every, I guess, once a year or something, they just do an event. And then that's it. Which doesn't sound too interesting to me. It's an original, which means I should probably try it out. Apparently at some point I already did to plan to watch, so that's good, I guess. I guess I will probably watch it. And did I add this one to it? Yeah, I did. It's just that it never wants to update for me. Anyway, this one I really can say I wouldn't, because I wouldn't understand the rules. Kryu Oyu no Oshi a Goto. The story is about a teenage boy who happens to be a shogi master. One day, a 9-year-old girl turns up to his house requesting to be taken as his disciple. From there, all kinds of wacky hijinks. Yeah, doesn't sound too interesting. That's kind of like when you got nothing to watch, so you just watch that for the sheer fact of having something to watch. But you can see like where it's the master of the shogi, but then it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 7 girls, which means it could just end up also it's like a harem, like potentially or something. Which no, I don't want to see that really. Anyway, that one's done by Project 9 Studio or something. Well, that studio made it is Project 9. Here's a Studio Petro one, so I already know it's not going to be good. I have a very low bar for Studio Petro. I think I've already pointed out already, but like they've made Black Clover. I read the manga to that. Like all of that's currently out. I like the manga. There is some issues in it, but generally speaking, the Black Clover manga is like, oh, this actually would be pretty good if they did it correctly. Then you see what they've produced, and you're like, well, why did they hire Tyre as the main voice actor, and then two, why do they only use half a chapter per an episode? Like, this kind of standard normally is to use between a chapter and 3 per an episode. And they want like 51 episodes, it's like what they're gonna do. There's like over 120 chapters or something like that. Like 120, 130, something like that. So I'm like surprised how they're like struggling somehow to find anything to do. Anyway, going back to this thing, it's apparently original. It's literally just got school as its only tag. The project premise follows Hakiawa, once again not sure of names, a schoolboy that loves the yellow Poom Poom dog for some, like, why is he like the dog? Never mind. By mere coincidence, he ends up attending the same school as Mizuno, a boy who lives like the bunny, My Melody. I'm not sure, I just misread something there. It didn't make sense to my head. He tells Koyuta that there's nothing to be ashamed of for liking Sereno's cute character together. Koyuta, you Sunsaki Yoshoino Ryu. Like, how far does that list fucking go? Just list of characters basically. Learn to accept their love of their character instead of feeling embarrassed. Cool. Still don't get it, and it sounds horrible in my head. I can't see in any way really for that to be good. And the only tag they use is school, which doesn't make sense. I barely get some of these half the time. Anyway, move on to the next one. The Studio Petro alone, like, that name is enough to kind of annoy me. Anyway, Hood's Entertainment, Marachin, I am bad, and I'm just getting more and more bad. So the name is Madchen. Fuck if I know. I can't really pronounce the name, and my, like, constantly get stupid picture out of my head. It always just seems to like cloud my head for a bit. When the two girls meet, magic begins. Hazaki Kagimoyua love stories, and orthodox, actually know what it is, girl, I guess, an orthodox, come on else. Girl who is overwhelmingly imaginative because her relationship with her new friend does not go well. The environment sends her towards the stories in which she spends her days. One day after school, Hazuki, I'm like losing where I am in the thing as well, gets lost among the bookshelves or the library, leading her to mysteriously to a mysterious school where meets uh Sh- uh Shizuka. I'm not going to even pronounce that name. It is a magic school where girls called Madchen are selected by the magical text from which the world stories. Oh, where is that? World stories and born are born. Uh, has Lu- God damn it. Hazuki herself is said to be chosen by the book of Cinderella in order to become a true magician. Hazuki becomes friends with Shizuka and becomes her new life at the school. Can't go more down. Apparently put that on plan to watch. I don't know why, but apparently the first time I saw that, I was like, oh, that's a good one. So I guess I will try it. It's from apparently Hood's Entertainment. Once again, haven't heard them if I haven't said that already. Moving on. So this one is Hakata Tonkushu Kutshu Konkotsu Raments. It looks like a reverse harem from the beginning of it, but I see two girl characters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, it says it's only action. So the thing says in a city known as Fukia. That name. Crime exists in the underworld from a seemingly peaceful surface in the Hakata ward of the city. There are various individuals with special talents that consist of personal killer, detective, informant, and professional range seekers. Furthermore, according to an urban legend, an individual unknown as killer or professional killers has shown up in the city. I know like I'm going drowsing along here because I'm either tired or Studio Petra. But yeah, I kind of want to add that to the list just in case. Okay, that does sound somewhat interesting. Even though I have to wait till like after after December, which we're currently in, to sort of see it. But hopefully I will. Silverlink, how did that one? Statelight, I feel like I've heard, but can't remember. Anyway, moving on is why I said Silverlink. Mitsubishi Colors. The Colors are three cute little girls who hang out together and say they are protecting peace of their city. They have lots of fun together, doing stuff like playing games, solving puzzles, and going to the zoo. Yeah, it's slice life comedy. This very little looks like something I just watch as like a standard collect. When you've watched like a bunch of action based shows at once, normally you want something in the middle to like make sure it's not just like action, 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 action. This looks a little bit like one of those series where you would do that. I'm not sure if I'll personally do that because I've seen some ones in this would be like good. For example, like instead of action, it's just like a mystery, psychological thing. Anyway, moving on. Hakumi to Makotochi Uh, 9 centimeters. No, 9 centimeters, 3.5 inches. Tall. The tiny girl. Okay, yeah, I think I remember. Lives in the forest, living inside a bird. Well, in reload insects and birds, making barrel out of leaves. These tiny girls live a tiny life, follow their tiny but lovely lives as they live their day to day in a fantastic world of tiny people and gods. I can't remember what made me come to this, but I think I remember the first time I saw it and I was like, I immediately liked it. Then sort of studio apparently is Lurchy, which I feel like I've also heard before. Assume that I'm not confused. And moving on. Takayunomi production IMS. 20-year-old Ichachiri moved to Tokyo due to a change of career. She started to live in a woman's only spare house, Stella House, something with people of different age and occupations. It's always fun when there's delicious alcohol and meal. I can agree with you. Alcohol being a very delicious thing, as in like having alcohol is a really nice thing. Good meal on the side there also helps as well. I like how they've presented that. I don't think I'm gonna watch it, but I like what they've done there. Kind of like alcohol basically, and the alcohol is a very good one for me. Slow start. A1 Pictures. I didn't even know this was a thing. I do know this. I did see the sort of picture when I was looking at the top ones here. And I thought that one was like wearing Neko, like ears, like cat ears or something. I was incorrect. When I got close to it, I thought it was like a double tail maybe for the cat, because it's supposed to be like a legend or something, or like a demon cat with two tails that I saw like in Blue Exorcist. No, it's apparently a slice of life comedy score, which already doesn't put it too high in my rankings. Mana is a normal 16-year-old girl, old high school student. However, there is something different about her. She's enrolled in a high school 1 year late. Her classmates are unaware. And we'll have to work hard to catch up with everyone else. Doesn't really tell me much. It's a release date, and it tells you kind of the same kind of thing where a lot of sort of bad anime is directed, like sort of tags are. Like, for example, stuff like this normally doesn't really be so good. Normally it's the stuff where you have like that super niche kind of people go after this kind of stuff, then they eventually grow out of it, and then they come back. Yeah, I just don't like this kind of stuff. But I have to admit, I like some of the characters. Like, I like it looks like a pink hair. I like pink haired characters. At the same time though, I see that one's got purple, which I'm not a big fan of purple haired characters, especially when it's like dark purple. But like a mixture of like white and purple or something like that is pretty nice. Anyway, I moved on. So I also saw this one's image. Like, I saw it where you just saw his face. And that made me think of a anime where it's like a prodigy who basically gets a ton of people to pass exam, to be chosen as a sort of person to train, but they can only take in 3 people. I love how they keep on being like, oh, we're about to be bankrupt. That's a fun bit to it as well. But it's a case of, because he won, and that he was A, really powerful, and 2, had something to make a deal with them, he ended up sort of offering them the coin he got earlier in like one of the challenges, to sort of get to be someone's disciple. And after that, he ends up having to go back to his own like his own main place, and then makes this crystal thing that makes the land more rich, and then puts like a giant charge on people for being idiots. I like that. Like, just blindly believe in any sort of person spouting a religion. I really like that. But anyway, getting back on topic. Hakuyu Hoshin Engai sounds correct. Sea station, which I think I saw another station up that way. When his Dan is wiped out, but a beautiful demon young finds himself in charge of a mysterious Horoshin project. Its mission finds all mortals living in the human world and seals them away forever, but who do you trust, and whose side are you really on when you've been trained to hurt demons by a demon? The synapse is a bit confusing to me. Like, why is it when his Dan is wiped? It doesn't make sense really to me. That's just one. The tags are pretty okay wise. Like, I like adventure, I like demons, I like supernatural, as long as it's not like in real life. Like, oh, believe this, why become a book. Fantasy, shouldn't. It's got the things I like to see. So I guess I would like have it as like a plan to watch, just because of I want to give that one a go. Now, moving on. It doesn't look like we have much left. Let's see. Yuchiyo Yurei Mo Tuei Basho. Center of a high school girl visiting the South Pole. That doesn't really sound interesting, but then again, is done by Madhouse, which is a good thing normally. So, the sheer fact it's done by Madhouse, it would kind of give me want to watch it. I'm moving on, because there's not much really there to read. Ramen Daisuke Kozomai-san. Not gonna bother with that name, is a mysterious and attractive high school student, but what most people don't know about her is that she's a ramen master who is always on the lookout for great ramen restaurants, kind of killing any happiness I had at all. Anyway, goes hunting for real life place, serving the best ramen dish. Yeah, it's really killing me here. Delicious eats the delicious noodles the way can't remember what's her name, downs a giant bowl of ramen. Really, like, I don't want to watch this. Large man will amaze and delight you. Well, I'm currently a large man, but I don't think I'll delight or amaze anyone in life or ever. My life's pretty sad. Dame, Ex-Princess Anime, Caravan, Studio Flap, which I feel like I've seen that before. Flap. No Synapse, visual novel. Apparently, I put this in plan to watch for some reason. Maybe it's characters I based it off. Anyway, next one. Mira no Kaikata. Slice of life. Comedy, supernatural. Studio is 8-bit? Yeah, 8-bit. One high school student, Sora Blank, finds himself starting down a mysterious, oversized package sent to him by his self-proclaimed adventurer father. The last thing he expected is for it to be opened from the inside by a little mummy so small it can fit into the palm of your hand. That already sounds like it should have came out in like Halloween time already. Because it's one of those shows where you could have had it then. 2 is, why is your company called like 8-bit when it's making 2D sort of animations? Then again, I guess 8-bit technically is 2D, but that isn't really the point. From the pictures, it looks like it's not going to be that good. I get so tired. Anyway, it doesn't really tell you much as well. Like, there's no official date for it to start playing. No episodes. Well, obviously we won't have episodes because it's not an announced date. Yeah, that's really all I can see of that one. Moving on. 25 Sai no Joshi Courthouse. The romance story centers around Hana Notori and earnest, good-natured 25-year-old woman whose cousin refuses to go to high school. Hannah takes her cousin's place and attends the high school. On her first day, though, Hannah is discovered by her former high school classmate Okito Kani, who happened to be the high school's world history teacher. Wait, what? Oh, history teacher. This is ecchi, which is already a turn off. Romance is normally not really a turn off to me. It's kind of depends if it's got like ecchi elements or harem elements. Those are the big turn offs. School doesn't really matter to me. And it's based off a web manga, which technically the Abyss one, I can't remember what its name was, Into the Abyss or something. It's been a while since I've watched it. Yeah, this one probably won't see. Hujito Precure, I don't think I'd watch this one. It literally just looks a lot like an idol anime or something, which I hate idol animes. GD Men, no synapse, and at the same time it just looks like it's going to be 3D. Once again, a studio I've never seen. I think I've seen that one studio, haven't seen that one's. Next one I probably won't watch, because no synapse, 2, the art style and what I can kind of already assume from it. I haven't seen the studio before for enough reason. This one is kind of the same with these really, where it's I still haven't seen the art that's better than these two, I could say that, and like that one, but I just got no clue what it is. Slice of life isn't the best descriptive word. Yeah, that's really all the anime there, and I know I literally turned off for half of this. Like near the top, I was more lively. Also, I love how I didn't see any of like Pietro's stuff until like near the bottom. That actually makes me quite happy to see. Mainly come after making it's like as bad as Black Clover. They kind of deserve to be down there. Like when reading it, I can already see it wouldn't take something like My Hero Academy's place. I've already read the manga for that one too, and like, there's a big difference between them. Like for My Hero Academy, they seem to like plan out quite a lot. It'd be a case of like, Midoriya gets injured for using this thing, for example, and then we'll get him to slowly learn it by stuff he's done. It's like, oh, when I put this big plate in with small food, or like with big food, and it's like the plate heats up quite a lot, but the actual food itself is cold. Like, starts using that as like a way to work it out, because he already like turned the microwave into his idea of what his power is like. I keep going on a tangent about Pietro. Ugh. What I do know is hopefully I'll have this up soon. Yeah. Currently, quick overcast though. The ones I plan to watch, like that one depends. Season 1 of that one. I might give that one a look at, but not much. I watched this one, but I won't expect much out of it. This one I will watch the entire thing of. Not watch. Depends. Probably not watch. Probably not watch. Probably definitely watch. Definitely not watch. Depends. Not watch. Probably not watch. Then watch. Not watch. Watch depending. Same with this one as well. That one definitely I would not watch. Definitely not watch, especially with this name in the studio side. This I'll probably give a go, but I feel like this is not going to be exactly how I hope it to be. That I'll give a go, but I can't once again guarantee. I like the idea of having like criminals or people who specialise and stuff. That's a nice one to have. This one I probably won't watch, but it's a case of if and maybe. Depends. This one probably not. This one I think I might watch just because it's pretty weird. This one depends, even though it's Madhouse. This one probably not. This one I already apparently do plan to watch without realising it, but yeah. That'll be probably a plan to watch. And then like all this is a nope.